My name is Corey Biazzo, and I'm a practicing American civil litigation attorney, and you are watching Executive Coup. In today's episode, we're going to discuss another case that appears to be barreling towards a contempt of court showdown between the Trump administration and a federal court. This case, captioned JGG versus Trump in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia. In this case, Judge James Boasberg, on March 15, 2025, ordered the government to halt efforts to remove a group of individuals from Venezuela under the Alien Enemies Act, as discussed in Episode 5 from the United States. Unsurprisingly, this government failed to obey the court order, which landed the administration in yet another pickle. On April 16, 2025, the judge issued an opinion finding probable cause that the administration acted in criminal contempt of court. I'll read some of Judge Boasberg's quotes from the 46-page order which encapsulates the situation. Quote, "On the evening of Saturday, March 15, 2025, this court issued a written temporary restraining order barring the government from transferring certain individuals into foreign custody pursuant to the Alien Enemies Act. At the time the order issued, those individuals were on planes being flown overseas, having been spirited out of the United States by the government before they could vindicate their due process rights by contesting their removability in a federal court as the law requires. Rather than comply with the court's order, the government continued the hurried removal operation. Early on Sunday morning, hours after the order issued, it transferred 2 plane loads of passengers protected by the TRO into a Salvadoran mega prison. By mid-Sunday morning, it appeared that the government had transferred members of the plaintiff class into El Salvador's custody after this court's injunction prohibited their deportation. Worse, boasts from the defendant intimated that they had defied the court's order deliberately and gleefully. The Secretary of State, for instance, retweeted a post in which, above a news headline noting this court's order to return the flights to the United States, the president of El Salvador wrote, "Oopsie, too late." The court ultimately determines that the government's actions on that day demonstrate a willful disregard for its order, sufficient for the court to conclude that probable cause exists to find the government in criminal contempt. The Constitution does not tolerate willful disobedience of judicial orders, especially by officials of a coordinate branch who have sworn an oath to uphold it. To permit such officials to freely annul the judgments of the courts of the United States would not just destroy the rights acquired under those judgments, it would make a solemn mockery of the Constitution itself. End quote. Like the Abrego Garcia case, discussed in Episode 13, discovery is ongoing on for the plaintiffs in the lawsuit to determine which officials in the Trump administration may be held in criminal contempt of court for blatantly violating the court's March 15, 2025 order to turn the planes around and afford the litigants their Fifth Amendment due process rights to challenge their being labeled members of Tren de Aragua and the legality of their removal from the United States through the Alien Enemies Act. Keep following Executive Coup for further updates on this matter and others related to the apparent executive coup attempt that is unfolding in the U.S. federal government at the direction of President Donald J. Trump. Thank you.